Here we are. Okay, we found our room. It's right there. We have a balcony. I like these curtains. They're pretty. Meg's back there. And here's, I'm glad we have a roof on our balcony because it's raining. Okay, so that was the balcony. I am gonna say this ship is older. It's 20 something years old. And it shows it. We got a lot of peach and light wood going on. Some interesting 90s, early 2000s artwork. And it's showing a little wear and tear here and there. But I mean, for the most part, it's very, very clean. So this is a king bed that's going to split into two twins. And then, does that sofa feel as short as it looks?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't know. It's a little short, but...
It's short, and I'm wondering if... Is Ben going to be able to sleep there? Oh.
This way?
There is a berth. That's...
What's with all these weird names?
They're...
Berth?
B-E-R-T-H.
Yeah, that's...
They're nautical names, hun. Okay, now, the TV, thank you, is very modern. It looks just like the app. Like what's showing on it. We have storage up here.
Oh my god, that's loud.
These are the same as Mariner, don't you think?
Yeah.
The cabinets?
Yeah.
Oh.
There's the safe. It's very little safe. You could not fit a laptop in there.
Maybe like a...
Passports.
The passports, yeah.
Credit cards.
This is probably a fridge. Yep. A little fridge down there. Some drawers. Oh, they'll press your formal wear for you. Or your nice dresses and stuff. For $17.49. And again, they think Ben is a small child. There's his wristband for the for
It's the entire thing.
yeah. There's a chair, and there's a garbage can under there. Thank you.
It's everywhere.
Yeah. There's more drawers, and then over here we have. Oop! It has a little sign to show that your life jackets are in there. Oh, big closet. Here's the ladder for the upper berth. Bunch of...
That's good. Nice and durable. It's not
Yeah,
wood.
there's a whole bunch of life jackets in here. There's a whole bunch of wide variety of bizarre hangers. And some shelves, and then these pull-down things, like so you can hang.
No, it's like your stick is on it. Okay.
No, it's to hang like pants. Okay.
Oh.
There's also a little hangy thing there. Oh, it is tightened.
Why is there like 7 types of hangers?
Because people probably brought their own and then left them. You can get room service breakfast. They have them hanging here. And there is one of the magnets on the door that you can put out so they know when they can make up your room. There's a little peephole with a peephole cover. Here's your safety
I'm
information.
wondering what this is. It's for the doorknob.
Oh, so the doorknob can go in there. Okay, cool. And then this is the bathroom. It's the very simple left-right cooler warmer. There is a big full-length mirror right here. The bathroom is pretty basic. I think it's just like Mariner. But our room on Mariner was bigger because it was in
The back.
up in the back. It was an aft balcony cabin, so it was...
It's the exact same. It just flipped.
Yeah, it was just the other side. So we have the toilet. We have the door, the shower door, which is nice. Slides open like that. Good thing I brought conditioner, because it's the 2-in-1 hair and body wash, guys.
Oh.
Oh, God.
Always a favorite. And we have the lovely 90s, early 2000s seashell motif going on in the bathroom. But it's totally fine. There are 2 nightstands, one on either side of the bed, and they'll probably move one into the middle if we ask them to split the beds. And there are 2 lamps, and they do also have individual reading lights. I do not see any
Here.
plugs by the beds. Ben, are there any over there?
What?
Any place to plug anything in?
Is that-
So the only plugs that I see are here at the desk, and they're Oh, you can turn the announcement channel up and down the volume in your room. And then there's just 2 plugs like that. What does that switch do there, bud? Does that turn on the mirror light?
Yes. Oh.
It's bright.
Well, yeah, you need to see your beautiful makeup.
Yep. There you go, that's our room. And we're just gonna get settled now and maybe see if we can check base with our stateroom attendant so we can tell him we want the bed split and find out about the bedding situation for our 3rd person, which I don't actually know who that's gonna be because Ben is taller than Megan and I, and he might need a...
I would be fine.
Would you be okay there?
Here.
Okay. I'm kind of curious as to how this opens, if it... But like, are you too long that way? It's like it's meant for a little kid.
Why would...
Oh, there's a big ship going by.
Oh, this way. Doesn't it go...
No, no.
Oil container.
I'll tell you in a little bit.
It's an oil container.
Whoa, look at that. It's got a tugboat. The Hercules.
What? I don't want you.
Why do you want to watch the touch on the table?
I want ship information.
I can go up there.
Okay, we just came back from dinner, and first of all,
I can go
we have a little bit of luggage. Our luggage is here, and the beds are all made up. This is interesting. We've never used... Well, I think the only other time we've used the upper berth was on Disney.
Wonder.
With
Andrew and Ben.
and then when you were a baby, it was Grandpa and Andrew. Andrew went on top and Grandpa went on the bottom. But this is interesting how these are this way, and that's that way. So, Meg, you're going to take the top one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly like Stephen Chess did in their band.
Ben, are you okay over here?
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, it's cold over here. Hi everyone, it's Heather, and I'm editing this room tour right now of our stateroom 7592 on Navigator of the Seas, and I decided I should add a few things because we had just gotten into the stateroom at the point where I filmed this, and I didn't really tell you how it was as a room for us. Okay, so a few things I just want to tell you. First of all, I will link either somewhere in the video or at the end of the video our stateroom tour of our room on Mariner of the Seas. Mariner of the Seas and Navigator of the Seas are sister ships in the same class, and the rooms were virtually identical except for the fact that our room on Mariner of the Seas was an aft-facing cabin. It faced off the back of the ship, and it was significantly larger, and it had a much bigger balcony. But other than that, the decor, the storage, the furnishings, everything was basically the same. I do think that room tour of our room on Mariner is a little bit longer than this one is, so you might be able to go to that one to see a few more details. Space in the room was completely fine for us. We liked that we had the sofa, and then we also had the desk chair to sit on. So we had plenty of seating. We could all 3 of us sit together on the sofa if we needed to. There was plenty of room to walk around. The bathroom was quite small, but that's true of any cruise ship cabin bathroom. Storage was okay. We had enough storage, but this was a 4-night cruise, and I would like to add that if we had been on a 7-night cruise, or if there had been, well, this room actually only did sleep 3. And that was a difference between this room and the room we had on Mariner of the Seas. And I found out that was a difference between this room and some other staterooms on this same ship. So I'll come back to that in a second. If it had been a longer cruise, the storage would have started to get kind of tricky. There was a distinct lack of storage space in the bathroom. We really didn't have any place to keep things in the bathroom. There was one little corner cabinet behind the mirror, but our toiletry bags didn't really fit in there very well. So we kind of had to keep our toiletries, we kept them in those cabinets over the TV and the safe, and then we just took them back and forth with us to the bathroom. The bathroom otherwise was fine. There wasn't a ton of counter space, but like I said, we took our things back and forth. The shower was totally fine. We like those showers fine with the sliding closing doors. We prefer the doors. And like I mentioned in the video, I did bring conditioner this time. Be aware of that on every Royal Caribbean ship we've been on, they only have one liquid mounted in the shower, and it's a combination body wash shampoo. So it's meant for your hair and your body, and it does not have conditioner. So if you want to have a separate shampoo or a separate conditioner, you need to bring those yourself. And then there is a little place in the shower there where you can also put bar soap. We also were missing tissues, Kleenex, on this first day. You might have noticed in the bathroom there was a little slot where the tissues were supposed to go and they weren't there. We asked our stateroom attendant and he very nicely bought us 4, I think, boxes of tissues, and we put one in the bathroom, one in each of our nightstands, and one on the desk. So we had plenty. So that was very nice of him. And you can see at the end of the video, he did split the beds for us. I took the one lower bed, Ben took the other lower bed, and Megan took the top bunk. And I'll come back to that. Okay, so back to the bathroom. The one major problem we had in the bathroom, and I actually think this was a ship-wide problem, was our toilet only flushed about half the time. Like, it was literally as if the whole, if you don't know this, cruise ship plumbing, especially the flushing of the toilets, and this is the public restrooms and all the cabins and everything, it's a big suction system. And when you flush the toilet, it's like whoosh, like a jet engine, and it's very powerful and loud. And it's actually suctioning the waste away. When you push the flush, you can feel that kind of is working, and then it's a big loud noise. But half the time in our cabin bathroom, you would push the button and nothing would happen. It just did nothing. It was like the system was off or something. It especially seemed to be a problem at night. And like a couple times, like I would use the bathroom in the night and it wouldn't flush at all. And I was like always trying to hurry to get in there first and to check it in the morning. But I also noticed a couple times in the public bathrooms that people had made like little handmade signs like this toilet isn't flushing and left them on the toilets in the public restrooms. But then when I went in to use that one, I would flush it and it flushed fine. So it seemed to be something temperamental with the ship's plumbing overall. So that's just something to be aware of. But it wasn't a problem. It was just kind of annoying. The balcony was fine. It was cold on this cruise again. So we didn't sit out on our balcony, I don't think, ever when the ship was moving, except when we first sailed away. When we went out through the shipping channel from Port of Los Angeles out into the ocean. That's the only time we were out on the balcony when it was moving. Otherwise, we were only out there on the port days when we were anchored in Catalina Island and docked in Ensenada. We would like to go out on the balcony to look around and see, oh, where are we? What do we see? You know, things like that. The one thing, the table that was out on the balcony was a very nice sized big table. It would have been great if you wanted to have, you know, room service or breakfast room service in your room out there. But there's only 2 chairs and there were 3 of us. So we wouldn't have been able to sit out there and eat together all at once. And there wouldn't have been room for a 3rd chair. And because that table was so big, it actually kind of got in our way if all 3 of us wanted to be out on the balcony. We had to like move it to the side so we could all get out there. The main issue we had with the room was the bed configuration. Now in this video, you'll see that I'm kind of like, oh, look at how this is, because we were just curious about it and we thought it was interesting. We were not expecting that bed configuration. You can hear that we were discussing how we thought the sofa was gonna convert into a bed, because that's how it was on Mariner of the Seas. But what it is that these class of ships at least have 2 different types of room configurations. And one is up to 3 people, which is what this one was. And the other one is up to 4 people, which is what we had on Mariner of the Seas. When it's a room for up to 4 people, and if you look at the deck plans very carefully, there's little symbols that will tell you this. That one is a fold out sofa bed where the whole thing like converts into a bed, and it's actually a double bed. And when we were on Mariner, Ben slept there and he had lots of space, and then Megan and I each had one of the other beds. But on this one, the sofa did not convert at all, because this was a room that was only for up to 3 people. So the maximum was 3. And that 3rd bunk, that 3rd bed that came down was the 3rd bed, and that's all there was. So because Ben is now the tallest of us, except for his older brother who's even taller, he needed the full-size bed. And so Megan slept up there because I would have had a very difficult time getting up there, especially with my ankle. Megan even had a difficult time getting up there. She did complain that the rungs of the ladder were too far apart and was difficult for her to get up and down. So if you're not a young college-age person like Megan, you're going to have a hard time getting up and down there. Either if you're older like me or older, or even if you're a small child. We were questioning how a little kid would be able to get up and down there because they would have trouble with that ladder. And then the placement of the ladder was a problem because it basically blocked off my access in my bed to be able to reach the things on my nightstand, and I couldn't open the drawer to my nightstand. So my nightstand pretty much became useless once the ladder was up. And our stateroom attendant left the room like that then for the entire rest of the cruise. Now that was fine because they were just the beds. He wasn't, leaving a sofa undone or anything like that, like on our previous Royal Caribbean cruises. The other problem that we had was we all hit our heads. Ben hit his head a couple times pretty hard, like to the point that I was actually concerned about him and thought he needed ice or something. He whacked his head on that bunk a couple times because he had to duck down under it to get to his nightstand. Neither Ben nor I could sit up in bed to read at night. So that was kind of a bummer. Megan could sit up all the way on the top bunk. It was high enough. But the other thing that Ben and I didn't like, Megan wasn't aware of it, but that bunk did move. As she would move around in the bunk and she would shift her weight and stuff, we could see it moving. And it was right in front of us like this. It's right on top of our faces going this way. So that kind of made you nervous when you're laying there with your face under this heavy metal thing with a person in it. And we actually started to feel nervous and claustrophobic. And one night it bothered me so much, I got up and went and slept on the sofa for a while. And then what I ended up doing was I ended up just taking all my covers every night and turning them completely around, and I slept upside down in the bed. I slept with my head at the foot of the bed and my feet under the thing because it really bothered me and made me feel nervous and claustrophobic. Did you ever flip around, Ben? No, you were fine. You stayed the regular way. So he was able to tolerate it, but it really bothered me. I told the kids it felt like being inside an MRI machine. So that was the situation with the bed. So I did not like it. None of us liked that bed configuration, and we're definitely going to look very carefully on the deck plans when we book cruise ship cabins in the future because we want to make sure we don't get something like this again. So if you're going on a Voyager class ship on Royal Caribbean and you don't like this bed configuration and there's 3 of you, be aware of that. I do think that if you tried to book a room for 4, it wouldn't let you book this room. It would block it out when you try to book it online or even, if you're talking to a representative or something, because it'll say, no, 4 people won't fit in this room. It knows that. So you don't have to worry about that. But if you are a party of 3, be aware that this is what it's like. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. If you have any questions about our stateroom 7592 on Navigator of the Seas, leave them in the comments down below. Have a great day, everyone, and safe travels.